my story with Rabbi Meisels? I think everyone knows this story, right? You don't know it? I'll tell you very quickly. He was the Rav in Auschwitz, meaning that whenever people had a Shaila, they would come to him. So in Rosh Hashana 1944, a guy came to him, and they were cleaning out some barracks because they were bringing in a lot of Hungarians. So they wanted Hungarians because they had a lot of gold and silver and furs and things like that. So they were cleaning out one barracks, and this man, his son was one of 200-something kids who were taken to be processed that night. So he came to Rav Meisels and he said, I have a watch, a gold watch, and I can bribe one of the guards to save my son's life. Am I allowed to do it? So Rabbi Meisels says, why are you asking? He said, because if the guard has to present a minimum number of kids. So if I save my kid, he's going to take someone else's kid. So am I allowed to save my kid? So Meisels, he told me this story. He couldn't, like, how do you ask such a Shaila? Here we are in Auschwitz. It's an insane world, and you're asking a Shaila like this? Like, wow. And he said, well, I don't have Sfarim. I don't know how to answer you. Please, I don't know what to say to you. So the man said, Rebbe, I understand what the Rebbe is telling me. The Rebbe is telling me no, but he doesn't want to say it. I'm a Kabul. I accept of myself, this is not what Hashem wants me to do. So he says, sorry. He says, can I make a brach? So that's, by Meisels, whenever he would have someone come, I was training how to be a psak. So I would sit behind him and I was not allowed to speak. That was the deal with him. So I would sit behind him, and the way the kavod he had for the people who would line up and ask him questions, the most insane questions sometimes, like a chicken, which was clear even, to me that the chicken, it was fine. He took out like 20 svarim and he piled it up and he just like, it's kosher. And the effect on the person, I never understood the way he would do something. A woman came to ask him, is she allowed to use this kind of stove on Shabbos? And how do you do it on Shabbos? He stands up, he says, come with me, we'll talk to the Rebbitzin. And he asked the Rebbitzin to explain to this woman how she uses her oven on Shabbos. So the woman says, well, then I don't know if I have enough money for an oven that really works, which he understood was the issue, and so he gives her money. And so finally, I even though the condition of his training me in psak was that I never say a word, I couldn't take it. I never understood how he dealt with people. So he said, when there are some people, when they come and they ask you a Shaila, it's clear that they were standing at Har Sinai, because the Torah becomes so much a part of them. If someone asks the Shailas that this guy asked in Auschwitz, he heard the first two, right? From Hashem. Otherwise you don't ask a Shaila. It's because it's part of you. So the Ar Chaim says this is part of the nature of Torah. We have to learn how to hear that, which is of course why the end of this Mishnah is about kavod, because if we do learn to be happy with what we have, and if we do develop the ability of Gevurah, which we'll get to, God willing, then we will learn how to be mechabed other people.